Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mega Man Zero. Jesus. Well, it was a while, but that's what happens when your PC just crashes and when you have black screen of death and then you have to reinstall your whole Windows. Yeah. Like honestly, I could not log into Windows. I could not do that, so I had to reinstall everything. And that was a pain in the ass. But yeah, we completed the game. So now, before taking on hard mode, before fiddling around with that, and some other game modes and with some other extra goodies that this game has to offer, let's check out our save file now that we completed the game. As you can see, you can still load it up. So now it has this number 1 next to it, which means that you completed the game one time. And yeah, once you load it up, you can replay the game again. So the first thing that you'll notice now that you can actually skip cutscenes, which is pretty awesome. And there is one more interesting thing here. So if you check your menu, you'll notice that, well, our health bar is increased. It wasn't like that at the beginning of the game, when we started this game normally. And as you can see, our sub-tanks here are as well. Our crystals stay with us as well. And our elves carry over to this new game plus mode as well, as you can see. So basically what that means is that if you in case missed some of the elves in your first playthrough, now in the post-game mode you can actually get these elves that you missed. And as you can see, some of these elves, they are already used up because we already used them in our first playthrough, so in your next playthrough you cannot use these elves again. But yeah, now is a good opportunity to actually grab all the elves that you missed in your first playthrough. As you can see here, for example, there was an elf here in the box, but now he's not here. And there's also one more thing that I want to show you off. But yeah, I'll show you that off when I'll complete this mission. Okay, so I completed the intro mission. So the first thing that you'll notice here in our results screen is that if you check the elf section, you see that we have a lot of minus points. So basically, yeah, all our elves which we used, they carry over to this save file. So you cannot get good rank anymore now that you used these elves. So you might think that everything carries over now that you start this post-game mode. Well, if you check your weapons here, you'll notice that yeah, they are not leveled up yet. So basically everything related to weapons is not carried over. So basically you have to level them up again to get all those skills, and you have to receive them again as well. But yeah, today I'll be more focusing on, in this particular post-game file, on the elves that we were not using in our regular playthrough. I'm speaking about these small fries, you see? These small elves that we haven't used. So yeah, I'll be showing you off how they work. Notice how many of them have one and the same icon. So basically, if one elf has the same icon like the other elves, like you see, for example, here we have this elf, but here we have many elves which are pretty much the same. That basically means that all these elves which have the same icon, they have one and the same effect. So basically here in hacker section we only have 4 elves which have unique effects, pretty much. So speaking about animal section, we have, let me count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 unique elves here as well. And in nurse section, 1, 2, I think only 3. Yeah. So this is what I'll be doing. I'll be just keeping one elf, which is a unique one, and then I'll be showing you off how it works. So basically I'll be showing you off 11 elves in total. Okay, so I completed the mission which involved Aztec Falcon, so now I'm in trans server. So one more thing that does not carry over in this post-game mode are our elemental chips. So as you can see, you have to grab them again. So, and also, of course, escape unit does not carry over too. So, but yeah, let's download some of the elves. Let's see. Yeah, as you can see off screen, I was a very awful person. I killed all my elves off. Only left the ones that I'll be showing off. Simply because the other ones, like I already mentioned before, they are basically duplicates of each other. So, yeah. So, first off, let's fiddle around with this hacker section. So, let's download this one, Statue. Clocka we'll leave for later, simply because it only works in missions which have a time limit, so I won't be able to show it off right now, because right now I'll be fiddling around here in Disposal Center, so... Okay, yeah, let's download this one, and this one as well. Yeah, as you can see, I was not using these elves, these small fries, in my regular playthrough, simply because they are kinda like one-trick pony elves. They don't provide you with some permanent benefits, so to speak. So, as you can see, yeah, our health bar is increased simply because we already used these big elves in our regular playthrough. So yeah, all these permanent effects of these big elves, they carry over. As you can see, for example, here we have no spikes, so yeah. But yeah, speaking about these small fries, let's use up our first small fry. Temporarily stun some foe. This is quite interesting effect, because once you use this elf, enemies are stunned. As you can see, we have this clock which is ticking. So yeah, while this clock is ticking, these enemies just don't do anything. And even if you destroy them and they respawn, they still won't be doing anything, as you can see here. It's not applied to all the enemies. For example, this pillar, as you can see, it is still doing its own thing. So, but to some enemies, the self is applied. So, it can be quite handy in some situations if you're struggling with these enemies, for example. But I was not fiddling around with that. And as you can see, the effect is not permanent simply because it wears off after a while. So, okay, the second elf is beaten foe will drop items. Okay. Yeah, to my knowledge, this elf only increases the drop rate of items from enemies. It's not related only to crystals, but also to health pellets. So basically, when you use this elf, then you have a 100% chance of enemies to drop something. So that's how it works. And the final one turns foe into metal. Well, it does not turn only one foe into metal, but actually all the enemies in mission. Yeah. Enemies now turn into these small little funny balls with helmets which just die in one hit. They are not doing anything pretty much, they just shoot bullets at you, they ram at you, as you can see, run at you. So, yeah. Pretty funny effect. So, some enemies turn into flying metals, like for example this pillar turned into this helicopter ball, as you can see. So that's kind of funny as well. So, and yeah, this effect lasts for the duration of the mission. As you can see, now we are not in mission mode, so this effect will last until we'll save and quit the game. And then when you reload your save file, and then the regular enemies will appear here again. So, okay, and we are back in the Disposal Center's trans server. So I saved the game and reloaded my save file just to reset the medals there. So, but yeah, let's check out what other effects other elves have. So let's see. Let's now fiddle around with animal section. So the first one, bird tag, we won't be able to use right now simply because there are no pits here, and this elf only works if there are pits, so we'll leave this one for later. So, but yeah, first let's download this bonga, then let's grab Sticken, and finally let's also get B-Voice. And yeah, let's see what effects these small little fries have. Although, for the most part, these elves, they are kind of worthless, but I like the effects. Effects are pretty nice, so... Okay, so let's use the first one. It eats bullets to burst. So this is quite interesting elf. Once you use it, this elf appears, and as you can see, it eats up bullets. But not permanently, though. Because after a while, when it eats up a lot of bullets, it explodes. Yeah, it just bursts and self-destructs, so... Okay, let's check out the second one. It sticks to some enemies. This is also a pretty interesting elf. It kinda disables one enemy at a time, basically disables the closest enemy to you, as you can see. Once it sticks to enemy, that enemy cannot do anything. So, yeah, you see this dude tries to shoot at me, but well, sometimes he can, but most of the times he fails while doing that. So, okay, and we have one more here, which is this one. Shoots bullets for cover. Yeah, like the description implies, well, as you can see, this elf appears and just shoots bullets at enemies. And that's all that this elf pretty much does. Note how the previous elf, the effect of it haven't weared off still. So you can have actually multiple small fries flying with you here. So the maximum that you can have on the screen are 3. So if you use more than 3, then you won't be able to do that. So... Okay, and now we are in the resistance base, so once again I saved my game and then resetted my save file so that there's no flying nonsense happening on my screen here, elf-wise, you know. But yeah, let's check out some other elves here. So we'll be checking out only 2 now, so let's fiddle around with this nurse section. So let's download this Giraffe elf and Somak as well. So there's also this Rohilar, but I won't be able to show you how it works now, simply because in the next place where I'll be showing you these 2 elves that I downloaded currently, there are no enemies that shoot bullets at me, so... Okay, and let's change area to Underground Laboratory. Yeah, for these 2 elves that I downloaded currently, I will have to take a lot of damage. So basically what I'll do now, I'll visit these itsy bitsy spiders, if you remember. And then I'll just sit there for a while until they almost kill me, so that I can show you off how these 2 elves work. So, yeah, Underground Lab, this farming spot, if you remember, it's still available here in post-game, simply because we are not so far into the game. So yeah, it's still available to us here, so... But yeah, I'll just sit here for a while and I'll let these spiders eat my ass off. Oh, and there's one thing that I forgot to mention about lives. So lives in post-game mode do not carry over, so basically you do not carry over all your lives that you had and obtained in your previous game, so... But it doesn't matter too much anyway, simply because the game gives you so much lives, it's ridiculous, so... Okay, so my ass is almost eaten completely here, so let's pause, and let's use one of the elves. It recovers some energy. Let's use this one first. Yeah, this elf only recovers small amount of health, as you can see here. But we have one more with us, which recovers much more. Eat my ass, spiders, eat! Okay, I think that's enough. So yeah, now let's use this other one. It restores your energy. Yeah, but it restores it actually fully. So this elf, yeah, although a small little critter, but really good. So, and yeah, I'll just sit there. Don't mind me. I just want my ass to be eaten for no reason. Alright, then we are back at the trans server, so now let's download 3 remaining elves. And I think the perfect place to show them off will be the train mission, actually. Simply because there are enemies that shoot bullets at you. So, as you can see, the description here states that the hits I take will heal you. But it doesn't specify that these hits are only bullets, so... But yeah, there are enemies that shoot bullets at you. There are also bottomless pits as well. And there's also a time limit. So this will be the perfect mission to show off all 3 of these elves. So, but yeah, I'll see you all in the train mission. Okay, and we are in train mission, so there are a lot of bottomless pits in this subway area, if you remember, so yeah, once again, let's go to the place where Seal does not want me to go. Let's go to the opposite direction. So here's a bottomless pit. So let's use this green elf here. Rescues you from a hole. So once you use it, this elf just floats around with you, but if you fall into the pit, it saves you. As you can see, you are floating in the sky. But remember that once the elf does that, once it lets you float in the sky, you have to be super cautious about that, because it won't last forever like that. You basically will have to save yourself that way. It's not like you use the elf and it just transports you back to the nearest platform. No, you have to actually work your ass around that to do that yourself, basically. So yeah, this elf can come in handy sometimes, but you still have to be careful while using it. Okay, so I'm currently in this place with these turrets here, and I think I took enough damage to show off this elf. So yeah, let's use this one. Turns bullets into energy. Yeah, does what it says it does. So basically, now all the bullets that fly at you will be converted into 1 point of health. So you can restore your health that way. So, and once again, it doesn't last forever, and as you can see, sometimes you still get hit while using it, so it's not, no pun intended, bulletproof elf, you know? So you still have to be quite careful while using it. So, but yeah, quite interesting elf. Okay, and we are back. We are currently in the part where the whole action sequence starts, which is related to this train and timer. So as you can see, notice how timer works currently. Notice the timing of it. So once you use this elf, which slows down time, our timer, well, is slowed down. So notice that now timer slows down much more slower. So yeah, that's how this elf works. So, and yeah, with that, I showed you all the elves in the game. So today we were pretty bad guys, because we killed all our elves completely. All of them are, yeah, just resting in peace currently. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make one extra episode in regards to these small fries, in regards to these small elves. Yeah, most of these elves, as I mentioned before, these small ones, they are not too useful, but the effects of them, they are pretty nice. It's just that in this whole playthrough I was more concentrating on the elves which have permanent effects. So, but yeah, if you enjoy using small elves, you can use them if you want. So, but elf-wise, it's actually not everything. We still have one more special elf left, so how to obtain it, how to get it, we'll find out in the next episode, but for today this is it. And yeah, in the next episode we'll also be checking out how hard mode works, and how works one particular special mode which is in this game as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you are enjoying these crusty pixels. So I'm trying some new things starting from this episode. Before I was not using this crusty pixel mode, simply because I think that maybe pixels are too hard on the eyes, but we'll see. Maybe I'll keep this new version of the footage in the future, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for today this is it, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Cheers!